Hi, my name is Tolu Olafimihan. I am the creative director of GNation Nigeria, and I'm a fashion designer. GNation is a menswear fashion brand, and we are a brand that infuses culture into our fashion pieces with narratives around what culture means to us. We try to incorporate fabrication, ideas, and designs to represent not just our culture, but also global trends. They are stuff that could be worn anywhere around the world, which is the drive for our brand. GNation, our GNation story was literally born from, I think we call it passion. We call it the idea of doing things differently. It literally started from when I was in university, but when I think about it a little longer, it might have started even without my knowledge. When I was in secondary school, where I was always very interested in drawing. I was interested in drawing comics. I was interested in seeing how comics are made. So my dad and my parents used to buy me loads of comics, everything from the Supermans, the Batmans, Roy of the Rovers, and I'd literally spend hours just sort of recreate and resketch some of these comic characters with literal costumes and into what like an African type, superhero would look. At that time, we had very few of them. My mom had a tailoring shop and used to sew everything that we wore. And I know I didn't like a lot of the clothes she made, sorry mom. But I'd started designing what I wanted to wear, some of the things I wanted to wear right from that time. And I found myself even literally designing things for even people in my class. I didn't even think too much about it until I was in my about second year in university. Everybody used to sort of shop in the same places. So it really was like, how can I get something completely different? From there, it really literally gravitated into, why can't we make these? Why do we always have to look for an American design or foreign design? Why can't we start making stuff from Nigeria? And at that time, there wasn't too many brands that had that. And from there, I took a bold step, went into the fabric stores, fabric markets, literally started designing some of these and found people who could sew them for me. We built the GNation brand from there, and some years later, here we are. The appreciation shouldn't be about the colors. The appreciation for us is about the craftsmanship, the textures, the conversation starters. I mean, for us, we focus a lot about our crafts. We focus on our skills. We focused on the handcrafted nature of the things that we create. So whenever we're creating our suits, we're thinking of the way it fits on the person. Whenever we're creating our jackets, we're thinking, oh, what else can we do on this jacket to just make it completely different? The Neo Nomad collection, I'll tell you the story. It started with the idea of migration. And one of the things that I thought about, especially creating the Neo Nomad, people are always traveling around the world and they're always looking for, how can I look different? There might be a little bit of, oh, I am a bit nostalgic about my culture. I am a little bit nostalgic about what I used to wear. The Neo Nomad is a man who walks between worlds, clothed in culture. So we've created pieces that literally would fit anywhere in the world, from street to boardroom, from boardroom to hangouts. We created literal pieces that would serve across the board, and that's about also pieces that were very culturally culturally appealing to people. Because Nigeria is such a diverse culture, because Nigeria is such a culture that embraces other cultures and embraces change, embraces people, it shows up in our design, it shows up in our thought process, it even shows up in our narrative, where there's a big push to let people understand, people know, people celebrate like we celebrate our culture. And this is part of what we try to do in the GNation brand. My fashion journey is driven by the desire to create. I know it might sound cliche, but I'm always in my happy place when I'm creating. I love to create. ideas. I love to create experiences. I love to create fashion pieces. They say creatives are very sort of out there when it comes to designing. I have a background in architecture which taught me to structure all the concepts and all the ideas to be able to literally create one thing, to be able to create a product. We are on a journey, and the journey is one of exploration. The journey is one of learning. We do have a store full with experiments that didn't work, and we are definitely on a journey, and we're trying to explore a lot more. And our mission for the next phase is to be able to spread out a lot more, to be able to create more pieces where people can really enjoy and keep them, and especially creating timeless pieces. I want people to feel proud. I want people to feel confident when they wear GNation clothing. So whether it's the guy who's bought a GNation jacket and he wears it and steps into a room, he should feel confident and not out of place. Or whether it's the woman who would wear a jacket that we've made or a top that we've made and go out on the streets and literally people's heads turn. That is what we hope for the GNation customer. Next for me and for the GNation brand is to learn and explore. My dream is to be able to be a relevant fashion house in the world. However, my dream also is another thing. To be able to tell my stories and be able to sell my stories, to be able to say I created something that is marketable, sellable, and lovable around the world. I want to be able to even do it within my community, within communities. That is my dream. We hope to bring out some more collections. We are bringing out some more collections. Neonomad 2.0 maybe, Neonomad 10.0 maybe, yeah. Thank you for watching. Our Neonomad collection is live. It can be seen on our Instagram, which is GNation Official. We have it on our website, which is www.gnationco.com. Look out for the next collection from GNation coming very soon. And yeah, thank you for listening. Thank you for having our time. Thank you to Callum. Yeah. Bye-bye. See you.